Hello folks, and welcome to the third installment of FloWav Tech Talk. I'm Kelly Abercrombie, your host and Director of Sales and Marketing for FloWav. I hope you've been able to catch our other videos, as our goal is to provide our customers and installers with helpful information that makes your life easier. Today, we're going to take you right into the sewer while a field service crew installs a PSA AV and a Stingray ultrasonic sensor. Before we get started, let me remind you that it may be helpful to refer to a previous FloWav Tech Talk to see how the scissor jack band is assembled. If you haven't already seen it, I hope you'll take a few minutes to view it, as we will pull clips from that episode during this installment. Today's site was chosen by the responsible utility because they are concerned with I&I upstream from this location and want to determine if they have a problem, and if so, how bad it is. The field crew is on site, so let's join them and see how it's going. It looks like they are opening the manhole and setting up their safety gear. Safety should always be your number one concern, so please be mindful when you're entering sewers and always adhere to OSHA and confined space entry requirements. Alright, it looks like all the safety requirements are taken care of and the guys are assembling the scissor jack band. They will be setting it to the appropriate size prior to entering the manhole. For a quick refresher, check this out. Ensure you know the dimension of the pipe in which the scissor jack ring will be inserted. Then, select the appropriate assembly positioning holes. Insert one of the screws into the pre-drilled hole of the retaining clip. You will then slide the retaining clip onto the male end of the band with the open side facing outward. Slide it around the band to the desired positioning hole that most closely matches your pipe diameter. Then, slide the Stingray mount onto the ring by inserting the loose end of the ring through the large slotted opening. You'll find that located on the top and rear of the mount. Once that's been done, slide the male end of the ring into the female end. And after that's inserted, it is time to install the scissor assembly. So that's how they know that taking care of those things first will make the job of tightening the ring into place much easier. As we enter the manhole, remember this word of caution. If the ring is over tightened in the pipe, it will cause damage to the ring. So make sure it's snug, but not overly tight. The PSA AV was also installed on the band topside, and the cabling was securely zip-tied to prevent as much ragging and blockage as possible. In this case, the PSA AV is located in the invert. However, if that is not possible, it may be shifted left or right to avoid debris. You may notice the Stingray mount is showing and facing the installer. He placed the mount on the scissor jack ring at the time of assembly and has made an adjustment to allow you to better see how the Stingray fits into the mount. He placed the mount, in this case, on the downstream side of the band to make viewing accessible to the cameras. Normally, he would install the mount on the upstream side of the band, so if there is a surcharge situation, the sensor cannot and will not be forced from the mount. Some additional points to consider when mounting the Stingray are: ensure the sensor is level, also measure the airspace between the sensor and the flow surface along with the pipe diameter for site configuration and sensor performance confirmation. Those procedures will be outlined in an upcoming FloWav Tech Talk, in which we will cover the basics of the PSA AV and Stingray sensor settings and reading confirmations. I believe he has the band secured in place, and he's ready to install the Stingray. It is important to remember to secure the cabling for the Stingray as well. You don't want any loose cables or wires. Note that the spreader is to the left of the sensor, so the cables do not need to cross the spreader assembly. The cable should be secured all the way to the top of the manhole, or at least to the logger level. In this case, this team is utilizing the Telog RU33 with our sensors, so they will need to tamper the logger, allowing the appropriate settings to be transmitted to the sensors. That process could be completed either locally or wirelessly. Once the sensors are attached to the logger, it is important that the logger be hung with the connectors hanging downward. Also, make sure that the sensor connectors are tight and contain dielectric grease. If you are utilizing a wireless logger, an antenna connection is also required, and the same procedures will be necessary. When the logger is secured and properly hung, it's time to close up the lid and head to the next site. I hope you learned something from this episode of FloWav Tech Talk, and I look forward to our next meeting. Until then, happy sewer surfing.
Thank you for watching this installment of FloWav Tech Talk. My name is Craig Moody, President of FloWav. We are very excited about our current products and the feedback we're receiving from customers around the world. For additional information, please visit our website, FloWav.com. That's FLOWAV.com. We will continue to grow our new product offerings based on feedback from our customers and new technology available within the industry. For those and future Tech Talks, continue to visit our website, FLOWAV.com.